So, I just heard coughing. What is that, Dan?
No.
Is Dan's room right there?
No.
I just heard coughing.
What is the Ouija board thingy called?
Should have heard it.
According to Wikipedia,
Yo!
Whoa! Whoa!
Hello? Sorry? Do you not want me to read it? Are we upsetting you?
Who's touching me? I just started to feel like a lot of pressure. And I was having trouble breathing. That was crazy.
You okay?
Hey guys, welcome back to Chats of the Twisted. Tonight we are in Ballinger, Texas at the Circa 1886 Olde Park Motel. This is home to 30 spirits right here inside this building. We've already been there, we've felt the energy, and we're super excited to be here.
We are very excited because this building has been featured in so many different shows like the Travel Channel and various other YouTube channels and investigators.
Yes, we are so excited. Also, Dan, owner and book writer, will be giving us a tour. So, are you ready to get this investigation started?
On Ray.
Let's do it! Cut.
Cut. Alright. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
This is Dan LaFave. He and his wife Connie own the historical hotel. He will be giving us a tour of the building before we start our investigation.
The paranormal happens everywhere, though. Like I said, in here, these top cabinets, for some reason, you see, they don't open real easy. Some of them, that one kind of leans out a little bit, but they don't like come out like that. Well, what's been happening a lot over the years is we'll come in and all these cabinets will be open at the top and pulled out. And a psychic finally told me, they're like, she walks in here and she goes, "You have a tall one in here." And I went, "A tall one?" And she goes, "Yeah, taller than you." And I went, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, he likes to hang out in the kitchen." I didn't even tell her this. She comes out and she goes, "Do you ever have those cabinets open?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, that's him. He's always getting things out and he forgets to close them."
Okay.
So it's kind of like that. So like I said, you don't know where it's going to come at you. This is kind of the way it works. Now, I was telling you about the house. I'll show you that picture in a second. But the famous picture of Ballinger was taken way back. That's the courthouse right across the street. It's been changed. 1940s, they took off the whole top. That's why it looks all different now. But in the very background, you see a two-story house, which is kind of hard to see. But I've done the liberty of blowing that background up for you. And here's your two-story house. So this wall that you see coming down right here is this wall right here.
Oh, I see.
And we're standing right here in all this brush. And this is the restaurant next door to us, which used to be a saloon. It used to be the Senate Saloon back in the day. Of course, all the shrubbery is right across. What's unique about the building is in 1886, June of 1886, so we're coming up on that anniversary again of Ballinger being formed, they decided, there was a little settlement here called Hutchins, which was here before Ballinger. So there were buildings here. Old historians told us that they think there were several buildings here already, because there was a little settlement, and they remembered this house being here. So this house predates more or less Ballinger being formed. Probably one of the first houses, which makes sense because it's right here on the courthouse square. So it does make sense. It's right in the proximity of where everything got formed. Well, June 1886, they had a huge auction right across the street, and it said that anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 people stood out there buying lots that day. What I always tell people is 3,000 to 5,000 people are standing out there right now, that will get your attention.
Absolutely.
You can imagine 1800s. That's just a crazy number of people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That shows the excitement of buying lots that they wanted to do. And that's what they did. They formed everything. And every year around this time of year, it starts getting crazy in here. It almost seems to go with that anniversary. And the other thing that the historians were telling us, and we dug up, is when Ballinger got formed, it was formed by the Gulf, Colorado and Santa Fe Railroad Company, which was coming up from little old Galveston. Galveston back in the day used to be a powerhouse. A lot of money there. You go on that Galveston Island and see huge mansions. It's because there was a lot of money. It was all railroad money. So Ballinger was named after a famous judge that lived in Galveston. And a previous settlement called Hutchins was also named after a railroad attorney that lived in Galveston. So these men didn't live here at all. They just got everything named after them because they pumped a lot of money into this town. When the railroad was coming up here, crisscrossing Texas from Galveston, going to Santa Fe, New Mexico. So every town that knew this railroad was coming wanted to be a part of it because it's like a major highway coming through your town. It means business. This little settlement was sitting here, Hutchins, but Runnels City, which was the county seat where all your influence was, sat 12 miles that way to the north of us. That's where your judge was, that's where your sheriffs were, things like that, your jail. Well, anyway, they thought they had it in the bag. They didn't try hard enough. They thought the deal was done. The railroad decides, oh, we're going to create our own little town. And actually a big town is what their aim was at the time. Hutchins was a little place. They wanted to create another Dallas in West Texas. That's what they were trying to do. So that's why all these people were out here. They advertised like crazy. And overnight, Ballinger got formed and it just took off. This little town right now is only like 3,000 people, a little bit over. Back in the day, it was a metropolis. There were a lot of people here. It was building and building. We had 2 huge droughts and 2 huge floods, and that's the reason why we've lost a lot of people over time. It's still, pretty good size, but not nearly the way it looked back then. What I was going to say about the building, when they did this auction out here and sold all the lots, the railroad company also went to all the residents of Runnels City and said, we'll help you bring your buildings here. We'll put them on logs, we'll pull everything by mules, we'll bring it all down here. We'll give you lots practically for free. So guess what everybody did? They uprooted. And Runnels City, which in the background right here used to be all the buildings, which is 10 miles north of us, is now just a marker on the side of the highway showing where the town used to be, which was back here. It's because everybody pulled up and came here. Historians told us that the other half of our building right here, which goes from this wall that I showed you, which was the house wall, going all the way this way, which is my room, my bedroom's back this way, and this room, upstairs, including those bedrooms, all the way back to this curtain, came from Runnels City.
Wow.
And they attached it to the house.
Oh.
Which makes it really unique because that's the reason why we use the word circa 1886, because we don't know how old this place really is. Because it wasn't built as one unit. The house could predate 1886. It could be a little after 1886. This building could be way before 1886. So when you think about those two elements coming together, you start wondering about the paranormal in here and all the people. And when we bought the building, the very first thing they said was, the owner told us it's haunted by as many as 30 spirits. There's been a lot of people seen in here, a lot of different apparitions. They all look different. I think we have what are called resident spirits, which are here all the time, which are a lot of our prostitute women that worked in the brothel. We also have some famous outlaws, I'm going to tell you in a second, that are here. We also have the Keel family, which used to be here. We have the Secrest family that used to be here. You're just talking multiple people. And when you think about it, it makes sense. When a building goes through that many changes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the outlaws, you're going to like this story. This is really creepy.
At this point, I began to feel dizzy and super nauseated. I also experienced an unbearable feeling of heat coming from within my body, even though it was cool inside the building. I felt as if I had to remove myself immediately from that area. This has never happened to me before. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I feel really
Are you getting dizzy?
very nauseated
I
and dizzy.
noticed. Okay, you want to go in here real
Yeah.
fast, cool off? Okay.
Yeah.
You think it's heat or do you think it's...
I don't know.
otherwise?
I don't know.
Because sometimes when I'm telling stories,
I think it's something else.
when I'm telling stories like I told you, they come up.
Yeah, I
They
think
come
that's
up
what
on
it
us.
is. Hold this.
Let's cool off.
Yeah, I need a.
Yeah, you don't need to be passing out. You need something to douse your face.
You okay?
Yeah.
You want to go to the bathroom?
I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah, I noticed
Give
you
me a
were looking
minute.
flustered while we were
Yeah, I
talking.
started
Yeah.
to get like I don't know, like this weird feeling, and I started to
Good
get
rest.
really hot and nauseated.
Wow. Yeah. Because I don't feel.
Are you feeling anything weird?
Once I left that area, I started to feel way better. Could this have been something paranormal? I think so.
I usually don't hold people there too long if it is.
Yeah, I know. It's not that hot. I don't know what it was.
I noticed it started about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it started to get worse.
Yeah.
Do you feel any better? Yeah.
Someone talking about the outlaws and I get into Deacon and Manny. That's the feeling people get right.
Oh, really?
And that is the feeling. Nauseated, dizzy.
Yeah.
And you see people in there, when you go back and you check your film footage later, when you do your editing, look for EVPs on that camera.
Okay.
Because people get them all the time on their cameras while they're filming.
He's probably already starting to mess with us.
Yeah, you might clearly have voices on there while we were doing our thing.
He likes for you to talk about him.
I'll tell you a little bit more since we're sitting here. Deacon,
Gilman?
you saw, we'll go back there and look at his picture in a second. We have two pictures of him in there, one on the wall and one on the counter. Deacon, when his father-in-law, Manny, got killed, you got to imagine, he's married to Manny's daughter. So when his father-in-law gets taken out, first of all, his father-in-law was also Oddfellows. You ever heard of Oddfellows organization? It's a very big fraternal, weird organization here in the country. Well, Manny was a part of the Oddfellows. When he got killed, Oddfellows showed up really fast and took his body, which was real strange.
Wow.
Yeah, that shows you how important he probably was in that organization. Because they came and got him like right away, which was very strange in those days. And he's buried on close to his ranch, where his ranch used to be. That's a little grave. Of course, it's been sitting there forever. He died in 1800s. Deacon, first of all, I'll tell you why he's called Deacon. James Brown Miller's story is interesting because before he met Manny because he was a ranch hand going through Texas, but he was also a hitman.
Oh, wow.
And
What year era was this? Like
this was 1870s,
Okay.
leading into 1880s,
Okay.
leading right into Ballinger being formed in 1886 and 1887. James Brown Miller Deacon was born in Arkansas, but his family brought him over when he was only like 3 or 4 years old. He lived in Central Texas for a while. Did a lot of things. Well, anyway, the first thing he was accused of doing, and this is where it starts getting creepy, when he was 8 or 9 years old, he was accused of killing his own grandparents with a double-barrel shotgun.
Holy
Killed them both. He got off because they were technicalities, and he was a kid, and everybody was like, he's just 8 or 9 years old. How could he possibly have killed his grandparents? Well, there was a lot of evidence showing that he did do it, but since he was a child, he got off. Well, when they realized that there was something wrong with Deacon, or Jim, he goes by Deacon Jim sometimes. That's another way you want to address him here. When he was 14, 5 years later, he gets into an argument with one of his cousins. who's in his family, doesn't like the way the argument goes, so his cousin is sitting on a porch after they argued, sleeping on a porch. He shoots him with a double-barrel shotgun and kills his cousin. This time there's evidence.
Yeah.
This time everybody's like, oh, maybe he did kill his grandparents. Because it's not looking too good, you know. It's showing there's a mean streak
Yeah.
in him.
Anger
There's
issues.
something not right. Well, he goes through court again. For some reason, he gets off on a technicality again, even though there was a lot of evidence showing that he did it. He starts realizing at that point, oh, I can get off on this stuff. So he starts becoming a gunman for hire, a hitman. And he even made a proclamation. He said, I'm not afraid. He goes, you pay me enough money, I'll take out anybody. And he wasn't. He wasn't afraid at all. The signature weapon that he used on every one of his victims was a double-barrel shotgun. Have y'all ever fired a shotgun before?
I have. My dad
Okay.
had one.
You know how much damage a single-barrel shotgun does?
Explodes you.
You know how much damage a double-barrel does?
Yeah, my dad used to have one. I fired one before. It's
I'm not
crazy.
trying to be gross here, but if you shoot a body with a double-barrel shotgun, there isn't much left.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not hard to put two and two together. If you start having a bunch of people dying into town and half their bodies missing from the shot, not hard to put two and two together.
He's just
So-
a psychopath.
Right, he was a psychopath. They actually called him, that was a
He
nickname.
literally is.
They called him the psychopath of the Old West. He was actually psycho of the Old West. It's in actual print, how they labeled him. If they ever make a movie about him, it is going to be crazy because he was probably the craziest outlaw of them all. He walked around, he was so worthless, he had so many people after him. He wore a steel plate under his chest, under his shirt, because when you learn to shoot, you shoot for center mass. So shooters, gunmen back then, they always aim for the chest in a shitty. Well, he knew that, so he wore a big old steel plate under. So every time somebody thought they were killing him, he got off. He would hit the ground, and it's like wearing a body armor basically up under your shirt. He'd take the hit, fall down. They think, oh, he's done for, and then he's walking around again a day later because he got off, you know. And he just created this trend, this awful trend. Now, deacon, you know, have you ever heard that term before? Okay. This is where it gets really crazy. He's a hitman. Remember, he's taking out people left and right. He's ruthless. He went to church every Sunday. He was the devout Methodist. He wore. We're going back in here and look at his picture on the wall. He wore these very fancy suits. He stood behind a church pulpit giving sermons. As soon as he left church, he changed. He put on his dark black duster, his dark black hat. His duster was really big because he carried his double-barrel shotgun underneath the duster so nobody could see it. And then he'd come out at night and start sniping people. And that's when he, you know, like I said, he wasn't afraid to kill. He was rumored to have killed as many as 227 people in the 1800s.
That's insane.
Rumored. Strongly rumored.
Yeah.
Now, here's where it gets crazier. When his father-in-law gets killed here, he obviously already has a long story trend of being a hitman. Everybody's already afraid of him. Townsend, the one that killed his father-in-law. Townsend, I want to say 5 weeks after his father-in-law was killed, Townsend is the marshal, is riding into Ballinger on one of the well-known trails. It's probably about evening. The sun's going down, but it's not quite down. It's dark and shadowy. Shotgun blast comes out of the bushes. Hits him so hard, both of them blow him off the horse. And his body hits the ground, looking like he's dead. The killer thought he was dead. The killer thought it was good enough that they didn't even go check on him. Because he hit the ground so hard and he didn't move. Townsend survived. The killer took off. Anyway, Townsend survived, but he took the hit so hard, took the hit right here, it tore everything off. So he had to have the rest of his arm amputated. Bonnie catch up to Deacon in Ada, Oklahoma in 1909. He shot another marshal. He ends up in jail with three other guys. They're sitting in jail. He's thinking, oh, I'm going to get off again. Since I get in court, I'm going to use an alibi. I'm going to get off again. No, this time the town forms a mob. They take him and the three other guys out of the jail, take them all into a barn, throw ropes up over their necks, stand them up on pails, tie their hands behind their back, and they hang one by one by one. Because they're doing their vigilante justice. They're not going to deal with it. This picture is actually online. You guys can look at it. You just type in the keywords with them hanging in the barn. Deacon was the last guy. When you get to him, it's said that his last words were, "Let the record stand, I only killed 57 men." So it shows you how ruthless he is. And he's here. We don't know exactly why he's here, but he walks our hallways late at night. He has a very cocky walk. You can hear his spurs. He wears spurs. And he always starts, we're going to go upstairs in a second, because you guys saw. He starts in the back, and he walks towards the front. And you can hear him. It's just the cockiest boot walk you've ever heard.
Sure.
And when you're by yourself, like I said, when you guys are up there, you're going to hear everything. Do you feel better to go back?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yes.
And we'll take another look at Deacon's picture real fast.
Okay.
This is what Deacon looked like when he went to church. Very proper.
Wow.
Very clean cut. That's the reason why he got off. Because every time he went to court, he'd show up looking like this. He's like, I'm a church man. He also didn't smoke. He didn't even drink, I don't believe. His father did, but he did it. He was a killer. This same man is the same man here.
Oh, wow.
This man will kill you.
That one looks like a psycho.
Look at the eyes. That is Deacon. With the mustache, of course, and that's why he looks totally different. And of course, like I told you, somebody went to his grave in Fort Worth, and one day brought this back and even put his initials on there.
Wow.
And that's straight from his grave in Fort Worth. You want to hear a crazy Bonnie and Clyde story?
Yes.
Okay, we have a crazy Bonnie and Clyde. They're here too.
Oh, wow.
They were here. I'll tell you why. When we bought the building 8 years ago, remember I told you Bonnie was born 7-8 miles that way.
Uh-huh.
Her mother was also born same place.
Okay.
So her mom was from this area, which means her mom had relatives here. Her mom married her dad. They had her, and they had a brother, I think. But anyway, the dad got killed. And that's the reason why mom uprooted Bonnie at a very young age and took her to Dallas. And where Bonnie became a waitress in Dallas, and she eventually met Clyde in Dallas. And then everybody knows how that story went. Well, the crazy thing about Bonnie and Clyde, do you guys know how old they were?
And they were pretty young, weren't they?
They were very young. They were early 20s.
Wow.
So as much as they did it very young. And Bonnie, again, was held in the jail really young, probably around 18, 19. And we think, you guys know the Bonnie and Clyde story?
Yes.
Okay, you know how they killed the cops. You know how Bonnie shot the cops. That famous, when they got stopped on the road?
Yes.
That wasn't Clyde shooting the police officers. That was Bonnie. And everybody always wondered, how could she do that? We think she got attacked in this jail when she was young. And we think she had a hatred of law enforcement from her experience here. And all that was in her head still.
The anger.
The anger because of what happened to her here. We don't know exactly what happened. We have a strong hint.
Maybe she was like...
That's exactly what we think. Now it goes deeper than that. We haven't been able to prove this yet. There's always been a thing about Bonnie. First of all, she was married when she was running with Clyde. She was actually officially married to another man, but he was in prison. So that's the reason why they could never really get married, even though they wanted to be together. There was a big thing about why did Bonnie never have kids? We think she did. And we think it came from that attack. And we think the kid was taken from her. And we think he was a boy. And we think his name was Benjamin. And we have a spirit here by the name of Benjamin that's being led around by a woman who is not his mother. And we think, this has just come from Round Circle, we think that's the reason why Bonnie was still coming back to town. Over and over and over. Old historians here told us they remember them being in town all the time. Right after we bought this building 8 years ago, we used to leave our front door unlocked. We don't do that anymore because people will just walk in and, we don't want people's stuff taken and things like that, so we always lock it. Back then we were trying to find out as much information as we could, and the best information you can get above books is from a live person. So one day, a man who's nearly 100 years old, me and my wife are sitting in the lobby right behind the counter. We hear a screen door open. This man that is close, my voice always does this too when I'm talking. My throat's starting to seize up. Always gets like that. This man walks in, very old man, and he's all like this, just like an old person, very frail. And I'm thinking in my head, kind of looking at my wife, I'm just like, I hope he doesn't like fall over. He's going to hurt himself. Well, he walks right in the middle of our lobby, and he straightens up, and he starts smiling, and he starts taking his hand and pointing, and he just right in front of us starts getting younger. It just starts moving like you won't believe. And he goes, that looks the same as it did when I worked here as a boy. And he goes, that hasn't changed either. And we're like, you used to work here? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I worked for Mr. Keel. This man. Who bought the building in 1922. So the Keel family got the building, the Park Hotel at the time, in 1922. And this old man that walked through her door is like, I used to work for him. Well, anyway, he's spinning around, still telling us all this stuff. We're just listening. My throat is really going. All of a sudden, he tells us all these things, and all of a sudden he spins around, and he points out the door, and he goes, the greatest experience I ever had was the day I shook Bonnie and Clyde's hand right outside this door.
Wow.
And we were just like, you shook Bonnie and Clyde's hand? And he's like, yeah. He goes, they were here all the time. And we're like, what? We're like, what do you mean by that? He goes, they used to stay in this building all the time when they were in town. And the second thing he said was, he goes, do you have the old hotel books? The signing books? Uh-huh. He goes, they used to sign the books too. He goes, do you have the books? He goes, I'll prove it to you.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have the books. But this old man telling us that, the stories, it's just amazing. And people are getting Bonnie in here. We have a Bonnie and Clyde theme room upstairs in the back. I'll show it to you, but that's not really where all the EVPs are coming from.
Okay.
They're coming from the pink room, which is up here. I'll also show you up on the front corner.
Okay.
And that's where psychics are telling us that that's where Bonnie and Clyde used to stay, that room. Because they have good visibility from the corner. And they can see everything, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So basically, you have all these people. You have the Keel family. By the way, he's in the back. We're going to go back here. His spirit is in the back. Virginia's also in the back, his wife. They're both back here. They hang out in the very back bottom.
Okay.
His workshop is back here. You see his face.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't look very friendly, right?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. He's very senile towards the end. So senile he got very grumpy. That's probably why he looks like that. His workshop's in the back. When females go back there, he doesn't like women or females back there at all. He chunks things, he bangs on things. You'll be walking back and he'll bang on something, you just jump out of your skin. I think he's just doing it because he's upset. Because, what was that?
Is that one of the pantries?
What was that?
Hello? Yeah, that was very loud. Maybe it was.
That was loud.
Maybe it was
I
him.
couldn't even really tell. Yeah, it was kind of like a thump. That's kind of funny. It's like I'm leading up to this. Connie always made a little joke about Mr. Keel. She says it lightheartedly, but she's like, oh, he's just being a grumpy bastard. That's what she always says. Well, I tend to think it's a running thing, and I think I know why he's upset. His workshop's in the very back. I think it's his man cave, or it was his man cave. These are all his daughters.
Oh, wow.
So basically you have his wife and all these daughters in here, and he's back there. Yeah, that explains why he's upset. Every time somebody goes, he probably has a little cutoff area, and he's probably still doing it. Now, before we go back, we're going to go back and upstairs real fast. But let me introduce you to the Secrest family. When we bought the building, we were only led to believe that it was a Park Hotel. We thought at the point it was just one hotel. We started doing all our research, and we found out it became the Park Hotel in 1920. Mr. Keel bought it in 1922, so he continued the Park Hotel. He just started modifying things and stuff like that. But before, we found out it was 3 other hotels before it became the Park Hotel. It started off as the Secrest Hotel, and this is the Secrest family. It's Washington Hampton Secrest II, all his daughters, his sons, very big family. But I'm going to focus on the females, the sisters, because there's a lot of them. His father, Washington Hampton Secrest I, was one of the first Texas Rangers here in Texas, and was also in the same group that arrested Santa Anna and brought in Santa Anna after all the stuff with the Alamo. We think that his father was given land, which you convert land into money, and that's how a lot of people in Texas got a lot of wealth. Well, this house, we tend to think that Washington Hampton Secrest II built this house. And back then, to build a house like that, this size, even though it looks small to us now, if you were to take all this away and just have the house, that would have taken some money back then to have that, especially a 2-story structure. He ends up getting old. He ends up going up to one of their ranches up in Nebraska. He's basically going up there to kind of retire. He ends up turning this place over to his daughters, his 3 oldest daughters. And these are those same women that you see pictured in that picture. This is Ellie Secrest, Minnie Ellie Secrest. This is Octavia Octi Secrest. This is Elizabeth Kitty Secrest. This is Prudence Prudy Secrest. And this is Isabel Secrest. The 3 I want to focus on are these 3. Ellie's the oldest. Ellie is the one that is standing right here. That is Ellie.
Okay.
Octavia and Elizabeth are these 2. I can't tell which ones, but I know those. So the 2 in the back. The one I'm going to focus on the most is Octavia.
Okay.
Octavia is the one that psychics are telling me that follows me around when I'm leading people through here.
Ah.
And they're always saying she's watching, she's kind of feeling things out, seeing. When you look at these women here, what do you notice about their dress appearance? Anything jump out at you? First of all, we think that photo was taken here.
Yeah, their clothing looks pretty fancy, like Rory
It's very
said.
fancy, right?
Yeah.
Well, look at Octavia's clothing compared to her sisters. They look fancier.
Yeah, the collar.
It's a lot fancier looking. She's very exquisite. And even her hair, she's got a rose in her hair or something. Normally the oldest you would tend to think would have more of the influence, but looking at that picture, I'm thinking Octavia might have been running a lot of things. What we think happened here was her father left him this building to run as a hotel. They had to change the name, and they changed it to 3 Sisters Hotel, which was another one of the hotels. And we think they were having trouble running it, and they were trying to figure out a way to run it. Well, back in the day, if women were given something like this as business owners, they were probably frowned upon. The men were like mean back then. They didn't like, I mean, there were basically, two roles that women would have. If you weren't married by 20, they started calling you an old maid. And that's just the way it was back then. A lot of the girls were put into brothels, sold off, which is sad, when you think about it now. But back then, it was a way of life. It was like a saloon. You had saloons. Have you ever seen Lonesome Dove?
Yes.
Remember Diane Lane?
Yes.
Well, she was a prostitute, and he had a liking to her, and he always came back and saw her, and that's kind of how these things developed. There was even a famous brothel in San Angelo where we live, where it said that a rancher gave his whole ranch when he died to one of the girls, and she became rich overnight. So we tend to think that they were running a brothel here, the first one, trying to make ends meet. And they were doing it secretly. It's not like they had a sign out in front saying, "Oh, come on in."
Yeah.
Everybody just knew. And the second brothel came out around World War II. And the first brothel, it said that there were as many as 15 girls working in here.
Wow.
The second brothel, as many as five or six. Now, the first one was up here in this section. The second one was in the concrete section, which we're going to go back.
Okay.
Now, this room, before we go back, we nicknamed this room, or we call it our Secrest sitting room, to honor the family. And we are going to make some more. I just went through something. I don't know what it is. That was weird. I just felt like there was stuff on me. You don't see any spider webs, do you?
No.
Yeah, I just felt that spider web effect feeling that we get. It's going right across my face right as I walk through the curtain. This room is really cool. You guys heard of psychomaniums? Mirror rooms?
No.
Okay, well, you can read up on it.
Okay.
Basically describes what you do is basically you sit in the mirror room, you close the door by yourself, you shut off the light, and you meditate, and you basically see what appears in the mirrors, and the mirrors reflect upon themselves. So you get a reflection on a reflection on a reflection. And people are seeing people from the 1920s appearing in these mirrors too.
Wow. Are those like do you think it might be a portal
They
also?
could be portals, yeah. That's what they say about mirrors. Mirrors are portals onto themselves.
Yeah.
Which we don't think it's bad. We just think the ones that have seen the spirits coming back, they describe them almost like they're happy. Like the spirits are almost like, "Hey,
Hi.
you can finally see me." And they're usually waving and stuff. So different things like that. So that's a really cool thing to try. Okay, we'll go back this way.
Okay.
As we continue with the tour down this cold and dark section of the building, we began to feel an undescribable energy that brought chills down our spines.
You guys can go anywhere back here. Remember I told you Mr. Kill's workshop's back here. But we're going to stop here real fast before we go back.
But it's cool in here.
This is our seance room. And back in December, we had Patty Negri from Ghost Adventures. She's the renowned psychic from Ghost Adventures. Been on the show many times. She did the first seance ever in this building, right in this room.
We proceed to explore the entire building, and Dan tells us more of the chilling stories that have taken place here. But now it's time to show you what we experienced. Get ready for a bone-chilling ride.
Okay, guys, so now that you've gotten an idea from the tour of what it's all about, we're ready to start our investigation, and we're also ready to introduce ourselves to the spirits that are living in this hotel. My name is Celinda.
And I'm Rory.
And we came a long way to visit you. We've heard the stories of you guys from Dan. He's mentioned various He's mentioned a lot of you guys. He's given us a little bit of background and history on the place. And I do want to say that it's a fascinating building. We just want you to know that we mean no disrespect. We come with peace, we come with love, and we come with the light. So I hope you guys aren't tired of having people come over and visit all the time, but we just also want you to know that we have not forgotten about you guys. None of the investigators that come here want to forget you guys, and we don't want you to leave. So, hello? Please. What the fuck? Thank you so much for that. I don't know, something was being dragged.
That sounded like.
Something was being.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the welcome. We appreciate that. Chills. So freaking bad. But we mean no disrespect. Thank you so much for letting us know that you are here and that you want to communicate with us. And I'm pretty sure you already know what these devices are for. So please feel free to touch them so that you can let us know that you're here and that you want to communicate with us. Also, I'm sure you know about the microphone. Please feel free to speak into the microphone at any time. Yes. So we're also going to turn on one of the devices so that you can also talk to us through them. So Rory's going to turn hers on. Do you hear that? Over here. Okay, guys, we're already hearing a lot of sounds coming from everywhere. Also, we were in the equipment room, and there is a place called, what's it called, the box? It's called the box, and they have a monitor in there along with audio. So we heard something just chilling coming from there, and we will show you that clip right now.
What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? Whoa! What? Someone's just breathing on it. What the fuck, dude?
Dude, that was crazy. Hello?
That is not coming from there. That's coming from like.
It's coming from over there.
If you like our content, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so that you can know when we upload new videos. It helps our channel a bunch. Thank you.
Oh my god. That was so clear.
That was your spirit talking.
Was it?
Yes.
It went, hey.
Yeah,
It didn't
let's go
sound
see-
like a
let's go
robot,
see-
though.
Let's see what it said.
Was it his?
Yes.
It
it was-
sounded just like a whisper.
No, that was your spirit talking.
Shit out of me.
It said Elmer Head. Mr. What was his name? Mr. What? Wait, we need to know his name.
His name's up. Let's go look.
You gonna go by yourself up there? All the sounds are coming from over here. Hello? Keel. Mr. Keel. Henry Keel. I'm only 5.
Wait, so I just heard coughing. Was that Dan?
No.
Is Dan's room right there?
No.
I just heard coughing. That was, are you sure?
Yes, his room's way over there in the front. Okay, let's go in. We're going into Henry Keel's think we should go into this.
Yeah, we know.
I think we need to go into Mr. Q's man cave and see what happened. So everyone says that he doesn't like women going in there. So we're gonna see if he kicks us out. I don't know. Hello, Mr. Keel. Can we come in?
May we please come in? We're good to come in. Respectfully.
So,
We're gonna place this where on the table?
yes.
Place this right here, so if you want to like do whatever you want with that.
Yes, Mr. Keel. So we've heard that you don't like women coming in here. Please feel free to let us know that you don't want us in here and we'll leave. If you can touch that cat ball we just placed there, or if you can move an object in here, we will definitely leave for you. We do not want to disrespect you. But we are curious about the spirit world. So this is why we do what we do. So Mr. Keel, could you please touch that cat ball for us? Or anything else in this room?
I'm from the 1800s.
Bruh.
You're from the 1800s. Yes, we know that. Were you one of the owners of the hotel? Can you make a sound for us? Can you knock? Like that?
Sitting.
Are you sitting somewhere? Mr. Keel? Where are you sitting at?
Was it this room that you got touched in? Oh no, it was upstairs where the strangle took place.
Well, I've been getting touched the whole time. Even in here.
It's probably the children.
But I threw it all the way to the top of my head.
Oh yeah.
He said it was a frisky cowboy.
Earlier during the tour, Dan did inform us that there are children in the building and that they like to touch people and even wrap their arms around a person's leg.
1940s.
What happened in 1940? Can you tell us? Is that when you passed? So this was your shop? This was your alone time? Okay. I mean, we have so much to explore in this building.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and try something else. I need to put my phone on airplane mode really quick. Oh, I didn't see you. So this room is pretty creepy. This is where the Ouija table is.
You can say Ouija and I can say Ouija. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, okay?
What is the Ouija board thingy for? Oh. What is the Ouija board thingy
Wait,
called?
You just gonna know that?
According to Wikipedia, it
Yo!
Whoa! Whoa!
Hello!
Hi!
What did he say? What did he say?
Did it have been my phone?
No, it's
Planchette.
nowhere near it.
Planchette.
That's not how you say it.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that.
Who was that? In fact, this is amazing.
Can you please do that again? Can you please turn on that again for us?
One more time.
Just one more time, please. Touch that REM pod for us, please.
You see me.
I do. We do.
Where? I can't see you. Where are you? You want to show yourself?
It's very hard for a REM pod to go off. Like, it's very rare.
Would you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you please do that one more time? You know it won't hurt you.
Leaves it so bad. Have you seen? Sorry. Have you seen when they look through it?
It's a planchette.
It doesn't sound right.
I just looked it up.
It doesn't sound right though.
No, that's it. That's it. It's a planchette. That's what it's called. What does it say?
We are not nasty.
What? Nobody called you nasty? We don't think you're nasty. I mean, things were different back then. You were either forced into it or you did what you had to do, and we're not gonna judge you for it.
Absolutely not. It's a planchette.
It doesn't sound right.
No, it is right.
Because you Googled it?
No, because I knew it. I just couldn't think of the word. Can someone please make that planchette move?
Stay and talk.
Okay, we're staying. Who's here? Can you tell us who we're talking to? So we can address you? Let's be respectful about it. We would like to know your name.
Yes, please. Can you? That was very interesting, and thank you again for doing that. Would you like us to go somewhere else? We're going to be here all night.
Yeah, we're gonna be here a while.
I think we're going to move to the next room. Would you follow us?
I lost my life.
I lost my life here.
In this room or in this building? Because if it was in this building, yeah, a lot of people did, apparently.
Some just travel. Some of you guys are just traveling spirits. We know that.
What room should we go to?
This one, next, the one next.
The other board? Okay.
Yeah, because he said that stuff goes off in there. So let's find out. The seance room. So this is the seance room. Let's turn the candles on. Wanna hold that? See what happens in here.
There was a flea on my head.
Heavy.
So it's said that in this room, there's always a lot of activity. They say that when people place devices on this Ouija board, that it triggers something and they go off. Can someone do that for us in here? And we give you permission to speak with us. We're going to open up that line of communication. Civil.
We're trying to be civil.
Yes, we're going to open up the line of communication while we're in the building. But once we leave, you must stay here. You can't communicate with us anymore. So right now, you can go ahead and talk to us. You can talk into this microphone. You can just make sounds for us just to let us know that you're here, please. That you want to communicate.
Watch out, witchcraft.
Right, when we're in here.
Yeah. We ain't gonna use that.
No, we're not.
Is that in the kitchen? Did you not just hear that?
Yeah, but I thought it was out. Next to the restaurant.
That was not outside. That sounded like it was inside. See it? It's open.
Yeah, I closed the kitchen door. It's closed. I need to go outside and check that out. Oh shit! It's over here. No.
It's not like open. Yeah, look, see? The cabinet. This is on the floor. That's open.
Oh wow.
That's open.
That's on the floor.
Remember during the tour how Dan shut that cabinet?
Open real easy. Some of them,
You can plainly see that it's not that easy to open it, and he did shut it. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy.
We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
What did you say?
It's in for us to leave.
Oh, yeah, I did. Why do you want us to leave? I thought you loved talking.
We are now in Deacon's room. So in here is where the noose is.
Jim Miller, aka Deacon, was lynched in Ada, Oklahoma in 1909, not in this building. The noose is simply used as a trigger object. Many investigators have had some terrible experiences in this closet.
And then they said that if you look in the mirror at both doorways, people have caught things. I don't know if it's apparitions, I don't remember. But yeah. Wrong? Oh, I'm so sorry. Then what was it? Shadows? So, Deacon, if you're here, or if anyone's here, could you please touch either of these REM pods, the ones with the red light and the antenna? Just to let us know you're here. Or can you make some kind of a sound for us, like a tap or a knock or maybe footsteps? We would love to hear your presence.
Tattoos.
Yeah, we do.
They probably don't like
No, probably not.
that. Yeah.
It's watching you.
What is it? What's watching us?
Can you give us any indication that you are here?
I feel hopeless.
Why do you feel hopeless? happened? Does this noose remind you of something, Deacon? Were you telling the truth when you said the last words? Before, when you said, for the record, I've only killed 57? Was that true or was that a lie? Shit. Thought I heard some tapping in here. Oh, I'm just here hanging around. Get it? Hanging around. Get it? You get it? You get it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we're just here hanging out, hanging around, waiting for you to talk to us or communicate with us.
Thomas.
Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Deacon Jim. Are you here?
Yes, over here.
Ooh, okay.
Where? Tell us.
Can you tell us? Can you walk for us down the hallway so that we can hear you? Or maybe hear your spurs? I like the way spurs sound. You say that when you do walk around that we are able to hear your spurs. Can we hear them, please? Can you show yourself for us?
More to the history.
More to the history.
Like your history of killing people, or like the house in general, or
Yeah. Do you like it when people talk about all the murders that you committed? With your double-barrel shotgun? Where is that gun? Who has that gun? Do you know? That shotgun? Shit. I heard something over here. Was that you? Who was that? Who has your shotgun? What happened to it? That double-barrel shotgun that you used to kill all those people. What happened to that? And what?
I'm not playing games.
We're not playing games either. I was just wondering if you knew where it was. And what about that metal plate that you would wear as armor to shield yourself from
Johnson.
Johnson? Yeah, and what about that shield that you used to protect yourself? What happened to that, I wonder? I wonder if you know. I bet that saved you many times. And do you like it when people talk about you?
It's me, I'm here.
It's, again, Deacon, is that you that's here? Where?
or was it Johnson?
Wrong area.
Wrong area. Okay,
Or what?
we'll be moving. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move since we're in the wrong area. Deacon, thank you so much for allowing us to be in your room. Doll room? Okay, let's go to the doll room. Doll room.
It just said dolls. The one with the red.
Where is
light.
it? Where's your phone? Oh, wow. Dolls. Yeah, that's where we're going. To the doll room. That's the bear room. And here's the green ball. It needs to be in the square. Right there. It's in the square. It keeps leaving the square. Oh my God, Bonnie and Clyde keep scaring me. Hello?
Also, when you went to go do something, I was like, I want to go in the dog, and Dan came with me, and he said those two, standing next to each other,
Uh-huh.
they cannot be separate. So we could experiment and put them in separate rooms, and like shit happens.
Okay.
I want to try that. Yeah. Apparently, this is the most crazy one. What does she do? I mean, she's got a rosary around her. Yeah. It'll be the top. Oh, it's already going. It's already beeping.
Oh, wow. Hello?
This is June.
Hi, June.
Hello, June.
Thank
I'm
you.
just gonna read your beep. Sorry? Do you not want me to read it? Are we upsetting you? Are you okay?
Hi, June.
Please calm down.
Okay, wait. No, leave it
I
alone.
want to reset it, just to make sure.
There.
Hello? Okay, do that one.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
My name is Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Is that your real name? June was registered by her previous owner. Yes or no?
Wow. Thank you, June.
Yeah. Okay.
So, wow. Wow.
Okay, cool. Hi. What's up, June? How are you doing? Do you want to talk to us? She's very talkative.
Yeah, she is amazing. Wow, June.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Are you a little girl? Are you a young girl? Is that yes? Okay, well, how about one beep for yes and two for no? Can we do that?
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Let me.
Alright. Your point has been made, I think.
Yeah, we know you're here. June.
Wow. Okay, can we do the beep? One for yes, two
What
for
are
no?
you using?
What? What are you using?
We're using these REM pods. You touch them. If you touch the very, very tippity top of it, it'll make like a real high pitch one. The very top of the antenna.
Wow, she's going off with it. Thank you. June, is that in fact you? Let's put this next to you also and see what this does. This one, if you can make it go all the way to red, that would be great, June. Wow. Is it you, June, or is it these two girls? Who could it be making that sound? There's so many of y'all in here that have attachments. Well, I'm glad you're having fun with that, June. Yeah, she is. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Maybe I can touch it.
Reset it and see what happens. Okay, we're going to reset the REM pod just to see if it does it again. If June does it again. June, can you touch that REM pod? Yep. Wow. Thank you, June. Thank you. So she did it again. She's very interested and she's communicating and letting us know that she's here. Thank you. Now what about that one beside you? Can you also make that go off?
She's just like yelling at us.
Yeah, right? It does seem that way.
"Ah!"
Are you upset that we're here?
Do you want us to leave you alone? I think that means no. So
I
completely
think-
off is for no. Alright?
Or if you... I don't know. I don't know what to ask you, June. But I just like to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That really...
I'm really here.
Are you? We know that.
We know.
We know.
Wait, but-
Okay, she is just going off. What was her story?
June was relinquished to us by her previous owner in Garrettsville. Through the powerful utilization of yes or no inquiries and our EMF meter, we have established a means of communication with her. Her previous owner reported sightings of shadows around June, as well as the delicate aroma in the air. Although her age is uncertain, June possesses...
After reviewing the footage, I noticed that the red light underneath the REM pod would also turn on. Could it be the red light making the REM pod go off? I wasn't sure, so I decided to conduct an experiment at home to see what would happen. Take a look. I'm doing the best I can to recreate it, so I've placed it inside this little lighthouse I had, and as you can see, it is not going off. So this is just as close or about as close as it was inside the doll room. And now I'm going to show you with a motion sensor light and show you and prove to you that it will not go off either. So the motion light doesn't turn on the REM pod and the REM pod does not turn on the motion light. Watch. So now I have put a motion sensor light in there, and I just to see if the REM pod will make it go off. And it does not. My hand made it go off, but the REM pod does not make it go off, and neither did the motion light. It does not make it go off. You see? So, to me, that tells me that June or whoever was in the room with us was specifically targeting the REM pod and nothing else.
I'm sure you can.
Is she okay with that, though? Are you okay with that? Can I pick you up? Is that, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm unsure of that.
Wait, stop touching the device now. If you want Rory, and this is, I'm Celinda, and this is Rory.
Take photo.
Take photo. Okay. So, June, can you stop for just 1 second? Can you make it stop? Can you stop, June? Thank you. So if you want Rory to pick you up, make the device go off again. Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm gonna pick you up now. Oh, you're heavy, actually. Oh, wow. Hello there. Hello there, June. Check this way. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me hold you correctly better here.
With her. Hello. Is she porcelain? Yes. Oops.
Hello, June.
Hi, June.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yes. You're a
Thank you.
beauty.
Thank you for letting me hold you. You're so sweet.
Okay, we're gonna put you back now.
Yeah, you do it. You have longer arms.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't. I want to be very gentle with you.
Here, let me help you.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Hold the camera. Come on, June. Can I call you Junie?
Flash.
She wants to take a picture with Flash.
Okay, we're gonna take a picture, June. Do you like taking pictures? Did her head move?
I don't know if I did that or not, to be honest.
There you go, June. Thank you, June, for letting us touch
Yeah,
you
you're
and
so
talk
sweet.
to you. Yeah. Okay. Now,
Picture with Flash.
picture. All right, let's take a picture. I've got it. My heart.
My heart.
Aw.
Into that room. I think I did it.
Okay, wait. Did you hear that? As we leave the doll room and pass the doorway, we hear a loud hiss that totally gave us chills to the core. Let me replay it for you. Turn up the volume and listen closely.
Hello?
Excuse me? Pardon?
It was like a. Right? Like a.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh my god, I got chills. So bad. Who is it? Hi? Okay, that was weird. That was crazy. That was creepy. I think I'm gonna stay up here for just a minute. By myself. But I don't know if y'all heard that. It was like a, kind of like a hiss or something. Like, like that. Right there. Hello? Who are you? Are you angry because we're here? Are we annoying you? Sorry if we are, we don't mean to. Yeah, that was creepy.
Okay.
No?
Go down the hall where we just heard demonic growl. Let's do it. Let's go.
On this wall here is where a woman got strangled up against this wall, and apparently people have heard them arguing. So we're gonna sit in here and see what we hear or see, and this is also where Rory got her hair touched. So let's see what happens in here. So is anyone in here? All buildings have So we were in here earlier and you were touching Rory's hair. Can you do that again, please? Or can you touch one of those REM pods for us? Can you touch the REM pod? Can you touch the device or that equipment that's there with the red light? Also, we have this EMF here. And just so you know, my name is Celinda. And sorry we hadn't introduced ourselves before, but I don't remember if we did. We may have. Okay. Yeah. So, what happened in this room? Why did you strangle that poor woman? Is it true that you were married and you were possibly having an affair with her? And did she become pregnant?
In darkness.
In darkness. Is that what could have happened? Okay. Old buildings have unknown mystery stories waiting to be told. Stand inside this closet totally alone with the door closed and with your back up against the wall. Tell us what you feel. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, it's creepy. Of who? Okay. Completely alone. Okay. What I'm feeling is somebody touching my arm. There's no spider web or anything right here. Who's touching me? Okay. Who's touching me? Like, I'm just feeling, I'm getting touched.
There's lots of us.
Okay, yeah, I was getting touched in my arm, like here, and on this side. It felt weird. And at first I thought it was like a spider web, but there was not. Like, there's one like in the very corner in the top, but it's not like hanging or anything. So yeah, that was, okay. That was creepy. We're gonna try a different spot. Make sure you leave my cat balls in there.
What is that? That was something moving.
What was that?
Not in there.
That was creepy. So right here, it says, this is a very mysterious area. If a person, especially female, stand in the center here with back totally against the wall in a relaxed state, with eyes closed, several have felt a very strange sensation here while doing it. We don't want to tell you what we already know. We'd like for you to stand here and first try it to see what you feel, or if you feel it, and then come to us to discuss more. We call this our Oleander Suite, known as the 50-50 room. This is the room where he says 50% of the people see something and 50% don't. Oh. Yeah. Okay, that's a really creepy bathroom. Here, let me try that. Will you hold it? So that I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna relax. I just feel something really heavy. Breathe.
You okay?
I just started to feel like a lot of pressure, and I was having trouble breathing. That was crazy.
You okay?
Yeah. That was weird. That was crazy. I just felt like a lot of pressure. I don't like it in here. Let's go somewhere else.
At this point, we decided to end it. It was after 3 a.m. and we were really exhausted. But we only got to explore about half of the building, so we will be back. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.